So got a bit of a mad bonkers day today. Got to go to Poitiers to the OFII offices and sign the CIR, which is basically a declaration that says that I will live by and uphold the values of France and the Republic. So yeah, off to do that and have a health check and French test. I don't do mornings. I really don't. Not at the moment, anyway. And yeah, seriously tired lines and mad hair. So trying to sort that out and head off. Got my go bag ready to go just in case I need anything whilst I'm there, or get stuck for any reason, because blimey, it's freezing today. So yeah, she'll be driving very carefully. But yeah, it's an hour and a half drive, so wish me luck. There we are. So it's 8 a.m. It's time for me to get going. I have kind of got the hair sorted, put a bit of makeup on. I'm not really a makeup person these days. In fact, I've never really been much of one, unless sort of going out. Very much a tomboy most of my life. But yeah, basics are on. Time to head out. So just about to leave the house, and this is our first frost here. So isn't that gorgeous? It's just stunning out here. Right, must go, must stop faffing. So somehow I've made it here on time. I think it's about 9:45. My appointment isn't until about 10:40, I think. But I am yet to work out if there are any charges for parking here or exactly. I mean, it says that radiology is directly in front of me because I have to go for a chest x-ray, which again is paid for by the state. I guess it's just to check that there's nothing seriously wrong with you and that you're not going to be a liability to the state for anything. And obviously, you know, there are various other tests and things that they might do, which obviously if there is a problem, then they'll make sure that you get the help that you need, is what they say in the documents anyway. So take that and any other paperwork. I'm not sure if what's needed right now. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I am nervous. I'm here super early because I didn't know what it was going to be like. It's been a bit of a pea super at points, and it's also been absolutely stunning scenery at other points. The good thing about an hour and a half journey in France is that driving is not like the UK, certainly not in the countryside anyway. It's not until you start to get into the cities that it starts to get more like a normal town or village in the UK traffic wise. So it's a lot easier. An hour and a half journey to Poitiers from home is not the same as an hour and a half drive to London on the M4 or M1 for good, you know, absolutely not the same. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Well, I'm not sure what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting very similar sort of thing to the NHS, which is it takes ages to get here, finds parking, you then have to pay for parking, and then you sit around and wait for a long time after your appointment time. And bear in mind I was early. So yeah, I was thinking this is probably going to be what's happening, seeing as my appointment was for 10:40 and my next appointment with them somewhere else in Poitiers for the rest of the part of the day is from 1:15 till 5:15. So I was thinking, okay, there must be a reason for the long wait. Well, honestly, I've got whiplash. Things happened so fast. I got in there, as I say, I was early, went in, gave my passport, my letter over. They directed me to follow a specific coloured line through to the radiology department. And yeah, I sat there for maybe 2 minutes. I managed to just sort of get a quick message off to my mother and sister to say, yep, I'm here safe. And that was it. Whipped me in, straight out. And before I'd finished gathering my stuff, I got called again, and that was to pick up the results. So then and there, have a printout now of my results of my scan, which apparently are normal. So that's good news. No issues with my chest x-ray. So yeah, well done, Poitiers radiology department. Super fast. So now, yeah, just gonna have to work out where the next place is, and then stop and have a spot of lunch or something. So finding myself here about 2 hours early, I've scoped out the exact location of the meeting this afternoon, and it's not completely obvious, so I'm really glad that I looked into it and got here early. And whilst I am 2 hours early, I thought I'd take a look into Asia stores. So I love Chinese and Thai food, and living in the countryside in a sort of farming hamlet, really, you don't get much in the way of Asian markets. So I thought, take the opportunity to be in a city in Poitiers and have a look and see where there was one. And there happens to be an Asian store called Asia Store, just 550 metres up from where the office is, that I've got to be at later. So I'm going to go and take a look around, and hopefully I'll be able to take you in with me. It's a great little store. It is a small store, not going to beef it up to be a warehouse or anything. But yeah, it's got lots of different things in here. Covers Chinese food, Japanese food, Thai food, Indian, basically the whole Asian continent. And has everything from fresh fruit and veg, nuts, dried stuff, all the herbs and seasonings that you want, as well as packet sauces and pastes. So I ended up coming away with quite the haul of goodies, and spending a small fortune, including having purchased a couple of meat cleavers randomly, which I'd been looking for elsewhere, but these was particularly the type that I was after. So it was a real bonus finding this place just before I went into the OFII office, which was, as I say, just a few hundred metres up the road. So thoroughly recommend it if you have to be going to OFII or OFII in Poitiers, and you like food from the Orient, from Asia, then give this place a go. It's Asia Foods. And this is totally, not a paid advertisement at all. This is just me and my recommendations, as I absolutely adore the food. It's Sunday morning, and I wanted to do a catch up after my OFII day out on Monday, and because I got back quite late, so I didn't manage to really do an update for you then. Upshot of the afternoon was, saw another doctor, and they go through your medical history then and there, plus the scan that you had done at the hospital. And cat hair tickling my nose now. And yeah, as far as they're concerned, they just want to check that you're okay, that there's nothing seriously wrong with you, that you've got everything that you need, that you're registered with a GP over here. I'm not as of yet, so that was my next task, which I'm working on at the moment, and I've got an appointment on this coming Monday, so tomorrow, with a GP to hopefully get myself registered and sorted. The second part was the language test. Not going to lie, I found it difficult. My French skills are a couple of years of high school French, plus I had a little bit of French tutelage at one of my jobs when I was working in Paris. But seeing as everybody spoke English to me, it was really difficult to use my French and to actually sort of put it into practice. And if you don't use it, then you tend to lose it. So yeah, there's some of it obviously sticks, but my French was very, very basic compared to a lot of the other applicants there. I was probably the worst. But you basically have a sit down written test, which constitutes of about 4 questions in different styles, and then you have a conversation with somebody in French. You're not allowed to use your phone at any point to do any Google Translate or anything like that. So yeah, basically, if you don't speak French, don't worry, just do your best, and then they will walk through, you'll have a further sort of conversation which you can have either in French or in English. They're very good there, very, very helpful and very lovely, and they just sort of discuss your requirements for integrating. It's all about integrating you into sort of French society and making you comfortable. So yeah, I found it really, really good. And as a result, I start French lessons on the 5th of January in Conflans. So I'm really looking forward to that. In addition, I've got 4 days civic training, which is basically learning all about sort of French history and their sort of constitution and ways of life, why things are done the way they're done in France, I believe. So I'll give you updates on those as I go through them. But yeah, I thought it would be just good for you to understand what that is, and that it's nothing to fear. So if you're in the process of going through this and you're just slightly behind me in terms of getting these applications done and getting through the process, then yeah, don't fear it. It's nothing to worry about. Just prepare your medical information. Although they didn't really need much from me, they were quite happy based on the fact that I'm from England. They felt that they were confident of my vaccine status and that my hospital stays, there's nothing untoward for them to be worried about, that my care in the UK would have been very, very good, which of course it was. So yeah, hope that is helpful, and I'm now going to stoke the fire, and then I'm going to get back to plastering and possibly doing some more videos for yourselves later, because editing takes quite some time for me at the moment. So along with all the things that I've been up to, I think it was last week, I had to go to OFII, and then the following day a new fridge freezer was delivered. Hurrah! Because the old one was, well, let's just say rusting, and there were puddles on the floor from it. So yay for the new fridge freezer, which is fantastic. But my favourite thing about it, and makes me giggle every time I open it, is this. Is it just me, or do those little cords just remind you of the Addams Family? Do 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 do. Do do. So after that daft parting shot, I hope you found the rest of this video informative, interesting and helpful. I mean, I know I come at it from an English person post-Brexit, but if you're from outside Europe and you're moving to France, then all of this would apply to you too. So I hope it's helpful, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Otherwise, please like, subscribe and share my videos to help the channel. Thank you so much.